So a member of our Firestarter community asked this really good question, and I thought it deserved a video. And he was asking, hey, Tamer, how do we go about increasing prices on a long-term customer who's a fantastic customer, but we haven't increased prices for them in over 5 to 6 years?
How?
We don't want to lose them as they're a fantastic customer. How do we go about doing it? So let's break this down into a few things because there are several positives and potential risks and negatives.
Let's focus on the positives.
Well, if they are a fantastic customer, they should be more than happy with prices that you ask for and deserve at the end of the day. If you're offering them a fantastic service, then they should be really happy. And sometimes it's a lot harder for people to go and find people and providers that they trust. So if they've already trusted you for 6 years or more, or even if it's just a year or two, it's significantly harder for somebody to actually change and go and look for somebody else.
No, I don't want to.
So they will usually tend to accept a price increase. As long as it's sensible and you're increasing, then that's great. Bear in mind that when you do speak to them, actually by not increasing prices over 6 years means that you've been giving them discounts, because as inflation has risen every year, you haven't increased your prices, and actually your value has gone down in terms of what you're getting back from them for the service that you're providing. Giving them discounts is not the way that you should be running your business, and they should understand that.
You'll stop right now.
But what you can do is you can reach out to them and say, look, because you've been a loyal customer, we've increased our prices for everyone else, but we've tried to make sure that we keep you at the lowest possible price for as long as possible, but it's no longer possible for us because prices have gone up, and we need to make sure that we keep on consistently providing you with that amazing service and quality that you've been used to from us. Let's look at the risks that you might have here in terms of if they decide to say no. First of all, if it's just one customer and they're a fantastic customer, then they should say yes.
Shut up and take my money.
If they're not going to say yes, then are they really a fantastic customer? Are they somebody that you really want to have? Is your business just completely reliant on one customer or a couple, a minority? So we're considering in this scenario now that you've increased your prices for new customers, but your old customers you haven't for yet. If this is a case that you're just going to increase for everyone, then it shouldn't be a big deal because you should have a wide spread of customers. And as long as you are actually increasing sensibly, most people will be able to take that extra price that they have to pay if they're really happy with the service.
No problem.
And it shouldn't really be an issue if you drop out and lose out 1 or 2 people. But if you are reliant on that one customer or the small minority, then maybe actually take a step back and say why our business should not be reliant on just one main client or customer, because that puts us in a lot of risk. If they pull out at any point, our business can go down, and you shouldn't let your business be in that scenario. So before you increase prices, make sure that you try and get another collection of clients and customers so that if you do end up losing them, it's not a big deal for your business and your business can survive and keep on going. So have a look in terms of how much of an impact that client or that group of small minority of clients that you've got, if you were to lose them, if they don't have a big impact on your business, then that might be the way to go. And actually then when you're negotiating and you're going into this, you're going in there with negotiating power, because if you're afraid that they're going to say no at any point and they sense that, they're just going to say no. And then you're going to back down, and then it will just actually cause even more friction, and it will make them question in their minds and then start making them look elsewhere and give them more time to do that. So you don't want to be in that position where you actually build bad vibes with your client and end up saying no. So if you are going to increase your prices, you need to stick to actually saying, this is what we can do now. We've tried to keep it as low as possible for you, but it's all we can do. First of all, give them enough notice so that they can manage their cash flow. And then you can potentially say, okay, we will stagger prices and maybe we will do it over the next couple of months. By the way, just a quick sort of me interjecting here before I let me again carry on is if you are finding value out of this video, please hit that like button and also the subscribe button if you can, because it really does make a difference to the channel and it helps YouTube show it to more people. And it helps us know that we are giving you the right message and the right value. So please, it doesn't cost you anything. It won't take you any time. Just click on the like button.
Thank you.
And back to our regular programming. So one of the things that you should do is be completely transparent with them, because people will sense if you're trying to sort of pull a fast one. So be completely transparent.
Be honest.
If they're still saying no, then actually then potentially arrange a meeting with them if that's possible, and sit down and say how you can potentially maybe even give them a reduced service for the current price they're offering, because most people won't like that. But also you basically say, with that budget that you have in mind, this is what we can do. As you're increasing the prices and they've said yes, you can potentially offer them an extra gift or a bonus or an extra feature or an extra part of your service that won't cost you too much, but it can be a perceived sort of add-on where they say, okay, you've increased your prices, but I'm getting more from what I was paying before, and I'm getting a better service and a better deal out of this. So there are quite a lot of moving parts here, but I think the most important way to answer this is really be clear, be transparent, make sure that you're not risking anything before you start increasing prices. If they say no, go and sit down and negotiate with them and see, can I reduce the service? Can I maybe even have a different kind of payment term? And leave that to the end, because sometimes a lot of people will jump to that and say, yeah, I want to pay it in installments. I want to divide it. I want to stagger things. But make sure that it's in your sort of like arsenal that you can sort of pull it out and say, okay, well, how about this and how about that? But in most cases, it shouldn't be an issue. And if they are really a fantastic customer, they should be fine with you increasing your prices. So as long as you've done your homework and looked around and made sure that everything is good to go, just reach out and be transparent, and hopefully you shouldn't have any issues. Thanks. I'll see you next time.